So one of the scarier moments of this year, it's not the ice incident. It was, it was
the opposite. There was ice and fire. It's like the opposites.
Yeah, we should. I think there's a song about fire and ice.
Yes,
but that's not this song. So Ron and Libby were over at Rio Norte. I happened to be home, and I was working on. Actually, I was working on my awards ribbons because at Rio Norte I'm the awards chair, and so I was working on them. And all of a sudden, it went from being this beautiful sunny day to being just like dark in the house.
Yeah.
And I looked up the window, and it was just gray. And so I ran outside and noticed that there was smoke coming over the house.
Yeah. I specifically remember seeing the smoke. This was right after school. And a custodian remarked, "Oh, don't worry. That fire's in Agua Dulce." And so I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, it's in Agua Dulce. I guess it's far away from our home." But when you have high wind conditions, wildfires, they move quickly. So even if it's in a remote location, one moment, very soon after that, it can be, right on your, right in your backyard.
Well, and we're all mountainous and caverns, and we're all connected. So, so I ran, threw Bella in the car, ran to try and get a better vantage point. It looked like it was heading this way. So came back to the house. I packed a bunch of stuff. I called Ron and I said, "You know what? Is there anything in the house that you need? I'm just going to take it and get out of here." So single-handedly, trying to throw stuff in the car, loaded up my car, started to leave. And then Ron said, "Hey, we're coming home. We're going to help you." So turned back around. Poor Bella. She was in the car. She was out of the car, in the car, out of the car. So we packed up my car with mostly stuff that was, clothes and stuff that we needed. And then we packed up Ron's car with photo albums and
stuff that we didn't necessarily need to keep with us, but just stuff we wanted to get away from the house. Yeah. And so we ended up, we parked my car at Rio Norte. And
the plan was to go to my folks' house because they had canceled school the next day all across Santa Clarita. That's how bad the fires were.
Our neighborhood had been evacuated.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, we'll just head up to my folks' house. We'll spend a couple days there. We'll come home. At least we're all together, regardless of what happens. And we, Google Maps is telling us this really circuitous route to get out of town. And we're like, this is so strange, but we're following it. And the second that we, come around the clearing and hit the 5 freeway, it shuts down going north. And we were like, oh my gosh. And the time kept ticking up on the counter. So we wouldn't even have gotten there till like 1 a.m. And we were like, that is so not worth it. So fortunately, the Davis family, Christine and Byron and Paige and Ryan, they were so sweet, and they took us in for the evening, and we had a lovely conversation and got to know each other better.
Yeah.
And we were watching the news, anxiously looking for signs of anything that was familiar. They kept showing the same burning patch, which was not helpful.
Well, and what ultimately ended up happening was shortly after we got there, the wind had shifted. As in wildfire season, that happens a lot. So here the fire looks like it's going to consume our neighborhood, and sadly it had consumed other homes. This was the tick fire, but it stopped, and then the wind shifted, and then it just started going, back over Sierra Highway, and then back toward like the Mitchell area, and then like all back there. And so, but it was very uncertain, and so we got to, we were very fortunate to have the Davis family host us for the evening while we were just kind of on fire watch and making sure that it was safe to go back to the house.
So we were able to get back to our house, and we stayed here all weekend because we didn't want to get out in fear that we wouldn't be able to get back in. Yeah. But as we were on our very circuitous route, this song came on, and so it will forever remind us of the tick fire.
It's Sweat by Inner Circle, which seemed fitting because of a fire. So enjoy.